Don't break through the cap.
I won't get too excited.
Tim is going to walk him through the basics of demoing a house. One of the things that he's talking about right now is we're going to knock the entire structure down to this floor. It's called the cap. It's right above the basement. Worst case scenario, he does break through. We're going to try to keep it contained within the basement so we keep a very clean, tidy site. We don't have any debris flowing around or doing anything crazy like that. So
it's also good to know that in this situation, not so much, but in situations where you're in between houses and you got to drive, sometimes you have to drive into the basement. So you want to chop up the floor. Then you want to fill it up with whatever debris,
and
then you can sit on your debris. You want to have a wide enough base to where you can climb through the middle of the house, because you don't have the option of going around the house. You're going to run over the neighbor's house, and it'll be a bad day. So you want to see where your main support is.
That's a very bad day when you run over the neighbor's house.
we've only done it twice. Tim is talking about these support beams across the basement. We try to keep those intact. We try not to snap those, because then the cap will support the rest of the house. You can literally dump a 3-4 story home on the cap. We've driven excavators on caps.
I've gone through caps.
We have gone through caps, but those were in fires.
Yeah.
That was only in a fire situation.
Okay.
So yeah, we've been hovering up on the cap and had the excavator bust through and gone for a ride.
Okay.
It happens.
Now Tim's gonna move this garbage bin to another location. It's almost like operating a Bobcat. Just got to get used to them controllers. All right, double down. Yeah, I was just in the
It's kind of set up. I just wanted to get, I got the chimney down and then big bags out of there. And kind of got set.
A day would stand.
Yeah. Grab some lunch.
Yeah.
Hey, we rolling?
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out. On-site supply. They don't do much on the internet anymore, but this mug they sent me, this is a Yeti mug. Travis sent me this 6 months ago, and I don't know who he does his graphics on his mug.
Yeah.
That is, I mean, it's been through the wash. I can't tell you how many times.
Stuff's all pretty well light. I think with the stucco it's going to be pretty dang heavy once we pack it full. The stucco adds a lot of weight too.
Okay.
But
so you guys get to use this until it's done, huh? The excavator?
I think he's taking it on Friday.
Friday, okay.
Afternoon. I hope we're
done by then?
pretty well finished by then.
Stan is doing is he's scraping the ground so it's not icy and just loosen it up so he gets some traction on the ground because it can get a little slippery.
No good place to go from there but down when you're in the excavator. If one of those tracks catches that snow.
Okay.
So
It's got the reach to get her.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just safer where we're at right now. You slide here, you slide right here, and then
Okay. Go ahead. can reach that back end. I'll let the pro do it.
What surprised you the most about this, Chant?
I think how easy to operate that equipment, because you know I've run a Bobcat and stuff, and then it's just getting familiar with the controllers, you know, and then I'm not good yet at, you know, the sliding part of it, but it's so easy to operate that. And then demoing the house, it's like playing, and it's just like playing. You know,
Is it surprising how easy they come down?
yeah,
I mean, there's nothing.
it's just so yeah.
Yeah, there's no resistance, is there?
Oh,
No. It's not like you got to use any of the power of the machine. You just got to put it in where you want it to go, and
yeah,
it's literally like you're going tap tap tap.
right.
Yep.
So we actually, I mean, it's almost all the way down, right? Consider that it's down.
It's getting there.
It's getting there. So I had my fun here, and I just want to thank you, Stan. Man, I really appreciate it.
I hope you learned. Did you get familiar with the controls? Did you learn how to
Yes.
operate a little bit better?
Yeah.
You were. So one of the things that I noted, we all noted, was Chant was a very intuitive operator. And although it was his very first time ever being in an excavator, you could tell he's operated equipment before, because really those skills kind of translate over. They move from, even though maybe you only ran a skid loader, you only ran a dozer, you still get a feel for what a piece of equipment does. You can still comprehend the wiring is still there on how to operate things, and so there is a little bit of a carryover.
Right.
Did you notice that when you were out in there operating? Probably felt a little uncomfortable, but it wasn't like you were, we call it sitting, clenching
Right.
your butt cheeks to the seat. Like the guy that unloaded the excavator, he had 5 hours of operating time, and he went over a little divot, and he was just like, I just could tell. I could see the whites of his eyes, and I'm like, so how'd that go for you? And he's like, I'm not the operator. Like, oh,
Yeah.
we couldn't tell or nothing. So, but no, thank you for coming out,
Yeah,
Chant.
really
Really
appreciate
appreciate it.
it.
Yeah.
And
Tim. Yep.
appreciate teaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
No problem.
You got a
Yeah,
bit of work there.
You picked it up pretty quick, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. So yeah, we had fun. We had a blast, and just another experience added to the books.
There you go. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, that's a CX210D, 160 horsepower,
Okay.
48,000 pound, 49,000 pound excavator. So
Nice.
That one traveled 6 hours to get here.
we brought that in 5 hours just because we had it available with the hydraulic thumb for the demolition work.
Awesome.
And what you're going to see Tim doing right now is he's actually crunching the house into as small a pieces as possible, because then we can pack the dumpsters absolutely as full as possible. I think I may have said that once, but I want to
Okay.
just make sure we understand there is a rhyme and a reason to every component of the job that we do.
Right.
So a lot of times we'll spend hours just crunching up a house, but that saves, those couple hours of crunching a house up may save you at least 1 or 2 40-yard dumpsters. You can pack them that much more tighter. 40-yard dumpsters, $500.
Okay.
So it makes a big difference.
Right.
But those are time-tested things that you just learn from doing one after another. They just kind of come along with it.
Okay.
Other little tricks, like we talked about, maybe we didn't catch it on your camera, Chant, but we did talk about folding the house inward, because then we don't have to have a picker come out and take anything. Like a lot of times,
Right.
a house like this was the best case scenario. A lot of times a house will be a 2 or 3 story house, and it'll be literally, you can reach out the window and shake hands with your neighbor. That's how close they are together. So you've got to learn to control it. In a site like this is where you practice. So in reality, what you should be doing is not just getting familiar with the controls, but pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone while you're doing the demolition, because what you really want to do is you want to make sure that nothing falls outside of that foundation. You should never have to walk around the exterior of that foundation and pick up an iota of debris.
Right.
Because when you get in the heart of Minneapolis, if you have one little thing flop off the side of that house, that is an excuse for them to go, excuse me, the side of my house is damaged. If you can prove that nothing fell off and everything is contained within, you nipped that conversation in the bud. Did I just date myself with that statement too, Bill?
I think we're about the same age, so that sounds fine to me.
You know where that's from?
Just got back in the office from, as you guys saw, the demo. And I met up with Stan Genetic. I just really didn't know what to expect and what was going to happen. Stan had, this was, you know, we planned this out for a while, and finally Stan made it happen with the help of Case. It was just quite the experience. It's my first time running the excavator, and I hopped in a little bit nervous, but not too bad, just because it almost seemed like I was operating a Trax, just a bigger version with an arm, a Trax skid loader. You know, the controllers were different, and knocking the house down too was just, it was fun. I just loved it. I enjoyed it, and you know, another thing added to the books. And what I've learned today is that there's always room for growth, and there's always room for improvement. You know, I always wanted to run an excavator. And we went to the GIE. I waited in line, but the line was so long. We just moved on, and I didn't get a chance to run it. But I think it happened for a reason. I didn't realize that Stan and I was going to connect, and he was going to have me run a brand new excavator. It's a blessing, you know, to connect with these people and connect with the rep of Case. And it's just opened my eyes up to a whole new different avenue, you know. So, but overall, I enjoyed it. I loved it. I hope you guys enjoyed the Stan's such a great guy, you know, just down to earth type of guy. And Tim, his helper, worker, awesome too. Yeah, I just hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll see you tomorrow's vlog.